Well, let's talk about homicide. What I mean is if you lost the person you love to a criminal act of some kind, a homicide, or maybe it was a robbery and they were shot, or a gang shooting, or whatever it was that's a criminal act, it can carry enormous anger inside you. You know, you ask so many questions about why did this happen to the person I love? Or they were just in the wrong place at the wrong time, or they were running late for the appointment, and so it put them on this path of disaster in their life. So it also leaves a lot of uncertainty within us. Like we can't answer those questions. Why did this happen? And if there was a criminal act where someone committed a crime and killed the person you love, that just surfaces so much anger towards the criminal that did the shooting or did the killing of some kind. And it's so tragic. I don't want to ever say it isn't. It's totally unwarranted, unjustified, illegal, all of these things. Now, what I'm about to say may sound completely impossible, especially if you've lost someone to a criminal act of some kind. But in your healing process, it's going to be really important that you face a certain amount of forgiveness. Forgiveness in many different ways. Forgiveness, first, of the person you loved and who was killed, because you might be angry that they were at a particular store or a particular location, or maybe they left their doors unlocked of their apartment and somebody just walked in and killed them. I mean, chances are there's going to be a place in you that you are going to have to face forgiveness for that person you lost. Also, self-forgiveness is really important here, because you might blame yourself, like, why didn't I go to the store and pick up those groceries in place of my son or my daughter or my husband or whatever, and I could have been the one to sacrifice my life, etc. You've got to forgive yourself, because what happened, and it was not your fault. It was not your fault. Then the really difficult forgiveness comes in, because you need to exercise some forgiveness of the perpetrator, of the person who committed the crime. It does not have to be extensive, but there needs to be a place in yourself that you can find just a little bit of empathy. And this will be very, very difficult. Some people can never get there. But if you can get there, let me tell you one more thing. It is not forgiving the criminal act. Let me repeat that. It's not forgiving the criminal act, whatever they did to hurt the person or kill the person you love. It's forgiving something within that person, that perpetrator, forgiving the fact that they were, stupid enough or unable to understand that this was causing harm, or maybe they did know what they were doing. Maybe there was intention behind it, but maybe they were a victim themselves of violence and aggressions and abuse in their lifetime. Now, again, It's not forgiving what they did. The act itself was illegal and unconscionable. It's forgiving something within that perpetrator. And when you're able to get to that place of forgiveness of the perpetrator that killed the person you loved, then you are crossing over to the side of healing. You're crossing over. And it isn't denying, you're not denying the anger that you feel. You will be angry. But it's not letting the anger control your healing. It's not giving the anger and the bitterness and the remorse that you feel the power over your ability to heal in this tragic, tragic situation. So this is so important. And I know that some people who listen to me talk about this are just going to shake their head and say, oh no, you don't need forgiveness of the perpetrator who committed the crime, etc. But you do. And if you watch, there's different videos out there where, I'm thinking of one in particular. It was a mother whose son was killed, and she was able to talk to the perpetrator, the person who killed her son, and actually say to him, I forgive you. I forgive you. You have had a horrible life. And what you did was horrible to my son. You took him away from me. I'll never see him again. My life is totally different now, but I forgive you. So powerful. The most powerful form of healing, when you can face someone who has hurt you in such a deep and penetrating way as to take somebody's life and the person that you've loved from you and be able to say, I forgive you.